Bro, I'm just getting just charging my gun up. I'm not a killer.
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
It's been a while. I ain't gonna lie, it's been a while. We haven't covered lockdown in some time, so I think we are well overdue for a video now. In the past, I mainly talked about Dylan as like the main focal point of the video, but for this video, we are going to look at all of RDC because the skill level of all of these players have changed drastically since my last upload. Like if you went back and watched my other videos, you smacked me for some of the takes. As usual, we are going to be talking about each member, worst to best, and why I have them ranked there. And I'm sure y'all boys noticed the new watermark / logo I used. So I want to give a huge shout out to Cash for making this for me. I mean, do y'all see this shit? That's tough. He is also the owner of Hunnids. So if you're into editing, artwork, or just anything revolving being creative, please go check out the Hunnids Discord server. The official Hunnids website and his own work as well outside of Hunnids will be put in the description. I'm gonna have everything at the top of the description, so please go check it out if you have time. And Cash, genuinely thank you for the logo. I've been trying to get this made for a minute, my nigga, like that. So let's finally hop into this video. In my opinion, this last slot is unanimous. There is nobody that can take this spot away from Leland. Mr. Potential Man himself. If you're a regular viewer of this channel, you know I have my own nickname for Lee, the cameraman, because somehow he manages to get every single good angle of all the bad shit that's going on in the lobby, but he never manages to do anything about it. But hold on, now I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's take a step back. I want to start with Leland as an employee first, and I want to talk about his task management to start off. The easiest thing that you can do as just a player on the court is task, and Leland is one of the founding players of Lockdown. He has been in the league since the beginning, and this nigga cannot do any important task. He can do power, I think, analysis, and he can for sure do a vent. He has been in this league for the longest, a veteran, and I don't even think he knows where to start on pressure or Pazushi. Even if Lee knew how to do these tasks, he probably wouldn't do that shit anyway. He has a tendency of just walking around and, you know, enjoying the scenery. As an employee, he just brings nothing to the table. He is such a non-factor to the team if you want to win. He also doesn't provide any sort of mitigation to any situation. For example, in every big conflict, if Lee is there, best believe he will not do anything to help whatever team he's on. Don't even get me started on his deduction skills. Leland will see someone doing something not one employee has any reason of doing at all, and he'll just walk away. I will admit, the one thing Leland does do right, you will never stop laughing when Lee is playing this game. 10 out of 10 comedic relief. On to the dissident side of things for Leland. And I'm here to announce, shit still don't get no better over here. Let me say a little bit of good here before it all goes downhill. Leland, like everyone, will occasionally make plays and get kills as a killer. And that's kind of where my praises end. His crippling addiction to screwdrivers in this game carry over here as a dissident. And it hurts here because once he gets his hands on one, most of the time he won't be looking for anything better as a weapon for the rest of the game. He also just sucks at using weapons in general. Misses all of his swings. He misses all of his shots. Misses the fact that he's even a killer most of the time. Lee is just ineffective at doing whatever job he's assigned to. At least when he's an employee, he can be effective in some way with doing a vent or two. But as a killer, if you're not wasting the employee's time or getting kills, you're not doing shit.
Fake left and duck right, bad bitches let them in, know that shit my kryptonite.
So this spot could honestly be interchangeable with the next two people I have over Mauri. Honestly, everyone towards this bottom besides Leland because that nigga is ass. They're just fighting for who's more ass. So Mauri as an employee pretty much has the same knowledge as Lee. What Mauri does better as Leland though, as an employee, if he sees some shit that don't look right, he goes running telling everyone in the lobby, and he tries to fight back. But as an employee overall, Mauri is kind of just useless. Like Leland, after all the basic tasks are done, because he doesn't know how to do any of the bigger tasks, he's kind of just there walking around. But unlike Lee, he gets a pass because he hasn't been playing this game as long as Leland. And as a dissident, I would much rather have Mauri as my teammate than Leland. Yes, it's like I'm choosing ass over boot, but at least Mauri will attempt to make a play. He won't be successful a lot of the times, but he tries. Mauri is literally just a copy and paste of Leland, but he has a little bit more presence in the game, if that makes sense. I will never forget this shitty ass play though, Mauri. This is engraved in my memory.
What? Hey, I'm white.
It's not me, bro. It's just blue. It's blue. It's blue. It's blue.
Oh fuck, I'm dead.
It's blue. It's blue.
Shut your fucking mouth!
So like I said, these lower ranks are very interchangeable, and I was gonna put Mauri over CP, but I've seen the tiniest bit more done from CP on the dissident side, so I decided to put him over Mauri. So as an employee, CP is he's definitely an employee, but he might do even less tasks than Leland. I don't even know how that's possible because Leland barely does shit anyway, but CP might do even less tasks than him. But I feel like he has way more of a presence in the lobby simply due to the fact that he does attempt to do shit that shakes up the game. If CP has a weapon, he will press someone that he thinks is a killer, maybe even kill him. Will it sell the game? Probably, but he's making an attempt. So that's why I have him put a little bit higher than Mauri and Leland. And finally, we have Ray. And Ray is the final player in this category of just shitty players. I think Ray is the best of the worst niggas. And he has improved as an overall player, not by a lot, but enough to impact games now. Because before, he would just grab the defibrillator and walk around the map, threatening to hit people with it. Just like everyone below him, he has damn near the same amount of game sense and knowledge as all of them. And Ray also does not contribute to much at all as an employee, but I do believe he can provide more than anyone below him. As a killer, Ray goes like... He has had games where he has made some big plays as a killer. Like during this game where he stopped Dez from getting a blick.
Why would I just fucking get a gun?
See? Why you want a gun for?
Because this nigga Ray's a fucking killer.
If I'm the killer, why didn't I just sneak you when I was in there by myself?
Because he didn't have no weapon.
Allowing his teammates to kill the lobby and not have to worry about an employee with a stick. A Kage employee at that, but that's about it. Like, honestly, you could bundle up all of these sorry niggas and put them in their own tier. All of these niggas' rankings can change just depending on the day. So now that we got that part of the list out of the way, we can actually start on the real list. Now, before you start typing that comment, let me explain myself. Let me start with Ben as an employee first. Ben knows how to do every single task in the map, which on its own puts him leagues above everyone below him. He also might be a top 2 employee if we're just talking about efficiency on doing tasks and getting them done. He might be top 2, but other than that, that's all the good that I can say about Ben. He is not consistent at all in combat. He's better than the people below him for sure, but Ben sucks at defending himself as an employee. I'm not gonna say sucks, but he's not consistent. Like I said, he also doesn't have great deduction skills, and it only goes down from here going into the dissident section because Ben is god fucking awful. He plays hella scary as a dissident, and when he does try to kill someone, there's either too many people around or they get away and kill him because he's horrible in combat. He is so bad at dissident and anything revolving fighting that despite him being a top 2 employee at doing tasks, it's a huge setback to be horrible at everything else. And he is so bad at this role that I am almost 100% sure they put the title of this video solely due to the dissident performances from Ben. And I don't even believe Ben is bad. I just think the competition around him has gotten so much better in certain aspects that he's kind of just peaked and they caught up to him. So Ben is not a bad player. So just because he's only one spot above, I mean, somebody like Ray, that does not mean he's bad, because the gap is crazy and Ray will probably never catch up to Ben to take that spot from him. But I don't see Ben getting any better than what he is today. And he's just a great guy. I mean, being a cold-blooded lion killer just isn't in his blood. Call me a fucking psycho for having Ippi above Ben, and I will gladly take that title. Look, Ippi is nowhere near Ben's level of a efficient employee, and he doesn't have better game sense than Ben either, in my opinion. But every other category, I have Ippi over Ben. I'm sorry. I think both of these players thrive in certain situations, but for me personally, I'd rather have Ippi as a teammate than Ben, especially as a dissident. And that's another reason I have Ippi over Ben. Ippi is so much better at fighting and overall deduction skills than Ben. So that's my case as far as to why I have him over Ben. Now, as a player, if you want me to be honest, Ippi has some work to do. If you were as sorry as Ippi was at this game in the past, you would also tend to relapse some of those bad habits. Ippi can ass out sometimes, and it looks like he didn't improve at all some games, but that's not too often anymore. And I'll see him make game-winning plays and just overall good decisions more than I see him sell matches.
We need, why y'all going with power? Oh, what the?
He's solid, and if he can get rid of some of his old bad habits and mistakes completely, he might have to be put in some uncomfortable conversations. I'm not gonna lie. So now we are entering Kage territory. Everyone I talk about from here on are what the community likes to call Kages, the best of the best players. Figuring out who to put at 4 was so difficult, but I came to the conclusion that at my 4 spot, I have Mark and Dez kinda at the same spot. Now, I feel like I have back-to-back takes that just won't sit right with a lot of you watching this video, but I feel like Mark and Dez can change from 3 to 4 depending on the day. Let me start with Mark first. As an employee, Mark is solid. He has pretty good deduction skills. He knows how to do every task. He might need more time on a task like pressure, but he will get it done, and he knows the basics. And he's also good at fighting. So if he gets into any situation, he will more than likely win, as long as he doesn't have his occasional sellout moment. But Mark is an employee that you would want on your team 100% of the time. His enhanced ignorance is a great trait as an employee and or dissident, and it's helped more in this game than it has harmed, in my opinion. And his game sense is definitely above average, so there's not any primary problem with Mark that makes him a bad employee at all. He just has some bad games, or his mechanics or decision making is just off. Mark is also obviously a top 4 dissident, or he wouldn't be this high on the list to begin with. Mark does not make any insane or like creative plays most of the time. He plays pretty like textbook dissident, if you want to call it that, but he plays it to a T. The only time he really sells is when he's spending way too much time trying to get a weapon, or he just gets diffed completely mechanically in a fight. The reason I say him and Dez can be swapped depending on the day is because they both play extremely similar, with the only exception being Dez is a bit more aggressive, and Dez sometimes will flat out kill you if he's an employee and he thinks you're just like bullshitting. And I think Dez is actually a little bit better mechanically than Mark, so that's why overall I have Mark at the 4 and Dez at the 3, but this can easily change, and if you have them flipped, I'm not mad at it. top 2 best players in Lockdown Protocol. This was obviously going to come down between Dylan and Dre, and my number 1 is still Dylan. Now listen, this was actually a decision though. Like, I had to think about this. It wasn't just a unanimous decision like every other time I've ranked Lockdown on this channel. Dylan has been the best player for a long time in Lockdown, and it was really never close between him and whoever was in second for that era. But now the lobbies have gotten extremely compy. Mark and Dez low-key show improvement every single session, and Dylan's direct competition, Dre, reads patch notes on this game. I'm not trolling. This has been proven. This nigga reads patch notes on this game. I hate playing Dre in all these games. He a try hard. Mauri was not lying when he said this. Dre came in, and within a week he was competing with Kages. He is by far the most aggressive dissident, and he looks for a kill the first minute of the round. He has insane game sense. I mean, he reads patch notes. As an employee, he knows how to do every single task on the map, and he's relatively efficient. So I said all of that about Dre. So you're probably wondering, how is Dylan better? Well, take everything I said about Dre, apply it to Dylan, add on the fact that Dylan is better mechanically than Dre, and I have Dylan winning most fair 1v1s against him, and he is just an overall better employee than Dre, simply due to the fact that he is way more efficient on doing tasks. And Dylan is aggressive, don't get me wrong, but he isn't overly aggressive like Dre is, and I think that shows to be more useful than being overly aggressive. So like I said earlier, this is close, and Dre can and will be better than Dylan if he continues to progress, but I don't think it's as close as like a Mark and Dez situation where I feel like their rankings changed based on how they're playing that day. I feel like Dylan is just always number 1 no matter what the day is or how bad he's playing. He's just the best player. And no, dick riding is not all I do. It's just a fact. If I'm not mistaken, him and Dre they have talked about this before on stream. I'm gonna play the clip if I find it.
Whoa, stop fucking
I'm doing fuck out them hoes. Hell yeah.
No, hell no.
I'm way more efficient than you. I'm way more efficient than you. Fucking bullshit. Hell yeah.
Fuck no.
I'm the
Your
by far the most
ass, dog.
efficient.
Your
I'm
ass.
by far the most efficient.
You're
I'm by far. No.
So here is my final ranking as of this being their most recent lockdown video that I've seen. We are low-key getting extremely close to 3K, and I want to try to hit that before the end of this year. So please sub up if you haven't already. I'm so appreciative of all of you guys. We got a small community, but honestly it could stay this way for the rest of the lifespan that I'm on YouTube, and I'm forever going to be grateful. Anyway, that's all for this video. New videos coming soon, new RDC videos I'm already working on, Night Rain Part 2 I'm already working on, and yeah, just expect new uploads soon. I love all of you.
Fried that bitch, you know that I love that same little bitch that you and your back shit changed for me, and you know I got racks. Take a plane for me and don't ever come back. Goddamn, firing your ex and he lagging. Come on over and find out what happened. You don't live for this shit, why you rap? Find that bitch, you know that I'm cracking that hoe. Clean that nigga, spin a band on some coke, and you must be broke. Why you slime your bro? And I kick that ass out, shit, grab me little hoe. Give his ass with stitches, they callin' Leland. And I ran out of shots, you know I reload. Hit his ass with a Drake, hit his ass with a play. Hit his ass real fake, yeah. I bet you I know he ain't blowing no tray. He a pussy little hoe, and I'm